Next will speak Mrs. Patricia Canzaneri Fitzpatrick.
Good evening to my fellow residents. Thank you to the Malverne Civic Association for sponsoring this important event, and thank you to the crew of the Malverne TV for always being here for our important presentations. I am Patricia Canzaneri Fitzpatrick, and I'm running for trustee. Tonight, I am asking for your vote so I can once again serve as your representative. It has been my privilege to serve the residents of our beautiful village for over 25 years, and I remain deeply committed to protecting the unique charm of our community while fighting to keep our future secure. This commitment can be seen in many ways. My children are the 5th generation raised here, the same Malverne where my father married the girl next door and raised their 6 children. Last year, we moved our law practice to our downtown area, renovating a vacant store right across the street from where my grandfather ran his shoe repair business. As president of the Stephen McDonald Memorial Corporation, with private donations, we created the magnificent Garden of Forgiveness in Westwood Park for everyone to enjoy. I was honored to support education by serving on the St. Thomas School Board, and my family has been fortunate to contribute our management, legal, and financial skills to the village we know and love for a total of over 35 years on the village board. I'm a practicing attorney and a certified public accountant, having graduated with honors from both St. John's University College of Business and St. John's Law School. With a Master of Laws in Taxation from NYU Law School, I worked in the tax department of Deloitte & Touche, as well as the worldwide law firm of Morgan, Lewis & Bockius. That experience led the county to select me to become a member of the Nassau County Sewer and Stormwater Finance Authority, helping them manage debt and control expenses. Combined with my extensive experience on the Malverne Village Board, my skills were once again recognized when the Republican Party recently asked me to run for the New York State Assembly this past November. It is impossible to explain how grateful I am to the people who taught me the business of running a municipality and the value of building bridges that keep us all strong and secure. Former Mayor Joe Hennessy was a master at managing debt service to finance capital projects so that our interest expense remained constant from year to year. No one is better than Patty McDonald at building personal relationships and communicating directly, understanding issues, and solving problems. It was an honor to serve as her deputy mayor and budget director. Of course, I learned a few things from my dad, the former mayor, as well. I was fortunate to learn from the supervisors of each village department about new ways to provide the services that maintain our quality of life without overburdening our residents and increasing taxes. During nearly 7 years on the village board, I've had the opportunity to work with many talented, smart, and caring people. As both police and fire commissioner, I've teamed up with our chiefs to provide the equipment and training they need to protect our residents. As chair of the celebrations committee, we assisted with the things that make Malverne special, like Memorial Day Parade, holiday lighting, and the Breakfast with Santa. And while serving as liaison to the youth board, we ran the very successful Summer Rec program and many other events and outings. Now we are faced with challenges ahead as a village and a small community of neighbors. Right now things are hard, financially and personally, and unfortunately, they are likely to remain difficult for the foreseeable future. As a mom, I feel the questions and concerns we all share. As a local business owner, I relate to the struggles and financial hardships of this crisis. As your representative, I promise to always protect your interests and our beautiful village. I'd like to thank my family, especially my husband Kevin and my 4 children, for their continued support of my commitment to serve Malverne. To get us through these challenging times, we need knowledge and dedication. We need experience and strong personal relationships. On Tuesday, March 16th, please cast your vote for me, Patricia Canzaneri Fitzpatrick, and Perry Cucci of the Independent Party. Thank you.
Thank you, Patricia. Lastly, Deputy Mayor Perry Cucci will now speak.
Good evening. Let me begin by thanking the Malverne Civic Association for sponsoring this program, and I would also like to thank the crew from the Malverne TV for televising this important event. My name is Perry Cucci. I am your current Deputy Mayor, and I'm seeking re-election to the Village Board. I have been a resident of Malverne for 20 years, along with my wife Anne Marie and daughter Michelle. Most of my adult life has been dedicated to serving the public. Soon after graduating from college, I worked in the New York State Assembly for 7 years. I left state service to serve our country as a special agent with the FBI for over 20 years. Upon retiring from the FBI 4.5 years ago, I went to work for Con Edison in the Corporate Security Department. Each of these positions has offered me the experience to draw upon to be an effective trustee. In my years in the state legislature, I observed how Albany works and what is needed to get valuable state aid and grants. This experience has proven valuable in helping secure thousands of dollars in grants. In serving as an FBI special agent, I have gained the experience of how a law enforcement agency operates and what value a local police department has within its community. Our village has consistently ranked in the top 3 safest communities in the entire state. That doesn't happen without our police department and a proactive village board. In my current role as department manager at Con Edison, I supervise a team that's responsible for all electronic, technical, and physical security at over 120 company locations. This experience has given me the knowledge base to help the village update its technical capabilities while also balancing the need to keep information secure from cyber vulnerabilities. Additionally, I have served Malverne for the past 14 years as a member of the Malverne Volunteer Ambulance Corps and served as its president, vice president, and member of the board of directors during those years. For more than 4 years, I've had the privilege to serve on our village board, and for the past 2 years have served as your deputy mayor. Additionally, I'm currently the commissioner of our fire department, liaison to the Chamber of Commerce, as well as liaison to our Office of Emergency Management. I've also formally served as the commissioner of DPW. This past year has been especially difficult on all of us with the COVID pandemic. The impact the pandemic has had on the village itself is no different. As liaison to the Village Office of Emergency Management, I've led the village response to the COVID pandemic. We have secured ample supplies of personal protective equipment, PPE, at no cost from our state, county, and town partners. These supplies have helped us keep our village employees, first responders, and any village resident in need as safe as possible. In addition, steps have been taken at all village buildings to ensure the safety of both village employees and residents alike. The COVID pandemic has had financial impact on village finances the same way it has on our personal finances. With revenue streams being interrupted by the temporary closure of the village court, the financial impact has been significant. In order to address the shortfall, I, along with the entire village board, have taken steps to reopen the court and reduce spending by each village department. In addition, I've led a village-wide project that will take advantage of a state initiative. This initiative will allow us to change all the village streetlights to LED streetlights. These new lights will use significantly less power, resulting in savings to the village, as well as a savings in the streetlight maintenance budget. Over the past several budgeting cycles, the village has been placed in a strong fiscal position. This was accomplished by prioritizing spending cuts over tax increases. In the last 2 village budgets, you, the residents, have seen tax increases of 0 and less than 0.5%. This was done without reducing any of our village services. This only happens by planning, and planning comes from leadership, experience, and a board that doesn't always agree, but has a healthy respect for one another to discuss issues and work through disagreements for the betterment of Malverne and our residents. It is exactly what the Independent Party has provided to the village for many years: qualified candidates who want to serve our community, candidates that are respectful of each other, candidates with personal experience that they can utilize when serving our community. They are the reasons that I ask you, the residents, to re-elect me and return Patricia Canzaneri Fitzpatrick to our village board, so we can continue to work with Mayor Corbett and my fellow trustees to keep our village financially strong, safe, beautiful, and most importantly, a community we are proud to call home and raise the future leaders of Malverne. In ending, I would like to thank the Independent Party for their nomination and the support they have provided to my campaign. Thank you.
Thank you, Perry. We will now invite the candidates to come up for closing remarks. We will do this in reverse order. So first will be Perry, then Patricia, and lastly, Lori Lang.
Good evening again. I just want to touch upon some of the topics, or a topic that came out here that I think is so important. And Mrs. Lang brought it up about getting out to vote. It's imperative that in these off-year elections that we get our residents to come out and vote. Okay? In my 7 years of working in Albany, that's what they look at to take the temperature of what communities are, how involved communities are in local issues, how involved communities are in statewide issues, and even national issues. That's how you get your representatives to stay involved in your communities. That's how you bring them down here. That's how they address them. That's how they bring money into here. So I urge all residents, even though it's an off-year election, right, these 2 village board seats are imperative to come out and cast your vote. I ask that you cast your vote for row A, Perry Cucci and Patricia Canzaneri Fitzpatrick, and I appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you. Patricia?
Thank you, and good evening again. I do want to say that I want to thank my fellow candidates, Lori Lang and Perry Cucci, for running. It takes an awful lot of courage and personal strength to put yourself out there and run. So thank you both for being willing to get involved in our community and for serving our community, because it does take a lot of personal time. I do want to say thank you to the Independent Party, who has supported me and my family throughout the years. We have a website, malverneindependentparty.com, and I'd like to invite everybody to view that website to get more information about what the Independent Party stands for, our history, and as Mr. Cucci stated just before, Deputy Mayor stated that we have a long history of people that are personally committed to serving our community, and I am honored to be on that party line. So please go to our website, go to Facebook, educate yourself about the candidates and what their qualifications are. And I do thank everybody for listening tonight, and I encourage everybody to please come out on Tuesday, March 16th at the Firehouse to cast your vote in this important village election. Thank you.